Throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.
Welcome back to the 1 a.m. podcast. I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here by my co-host Marby Mo. I was about to say Mo Knows, but RB Mo Knows, whatever you want to call him, and Jelani, fellas, how are y'all feeling tonight?
And feeling good, man. Blessed and highly favored. Coming off of a good Christmas, so
Yes,
can't
sir.
complain. How y'all boys doing?
I'm good, man. This time of year, like these few days between Christmas and New Year's is it's like awkward for me because it's like I got a debate between like, do I fully pig out at the end of the year and then start January 1st, or like do I get like the jump start on January 1st and really start getting my life together? I think I'm gonna try to switch it up though. I think I'm gonna treat like tomorrow, the 27th, like my real January 1st.
Facts.
That's the way to do it, bro. I think if you do one of them, 2026 starts right now. Like if you do one of them, like your mindset
Year,
already in
new
the
me.
You know what I mean? If you do it before it, because I feel like if you do it January 1st, it's too much of an emotional high.
That's real. And then if you don't do it exactly on January 1st and you start feeling bad, and then you like, I'm gonna start tomorrow, and then you look up January is over. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Rashad, you
It's
think
like how. Oh, go ahead, Mo. My bad.
I was just saying that's a fact.
I was gonna say it's like how summer bodies start in the winter.
it's crazy? I just seen a TikTok about that, like literally, like maybe like an hour ago, about how like now this is the time of year if you really want the summer, you know what I'm saying, you gotta start doing it now.
No, facts. Yeah, start getting a good diet together, getting your workout regimen going. It makes it that much easier instead of trying to cram in the last couple months. You already have a good foundation.
When's
Yeah,
the
I'm
last
trying to
time
be
y'all
on.
worked for a summer body?
You said the last time I worked for one? Probably when I was in high school, when I was playing football, and even then I wasn't close. I was still a lineman. Like I was in good shape, you know what I'm saying, relative to, you know what I'm saying, I could run a lot, but like no, I'm trying to have that, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to be on my Anthony Joshua, man. I'm trying to take my shirt off and have a girl start breathing, bro. That's what I'm on, man. You know, I'm trying to just be on like my Johnny Bravo, just ripping my shirt off for no reason type of vibe. 2026.
No, facts. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever really worked for a summer body. I mean, I lost weight over the years, but I never really worked to get like crazy, like buff and in shape. But this year, I've definitely been working towards not necessarily a summer body, but I just want to be more like healthier, more toned. So I've been hitting the gym about 3 times a week at least. Trying to watch like calories and manage the food I eat. Like I don't really eat like fast food and stuff like that. I did at Sam's Club. They got this new frozen yogurt. It's like vanilla frozen yogurt with like Oreo cookie crumbles in there, and then like little cookies. Uh, yeah, with like chocolate chip cookies in there. Bruh, that thing hit. I ain't gonna hold you. I had to bust that down, but and then been eating a bunch of the Christmas food and everything. But I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm off, so I'll probably hit the gym for a couple hours and try and get me a good, something clean.
Yeah, I think the last time I worked towards one was a couple of years ago. Probably like 2022-ish. Like I got into a regimen of like I would woke up, did like at least 50 push-ups a day in the morning, whatever. Do at least some crutches, some ab exercises, and then some squats. For the legs and everything. I did that every morning, and I did it for a few months. Like I was living like military style, made sure the bed made up every day and stuff like that, which you need to do every day. But um, I don't know. I was just on a good regimen. I was doing my skincare. That's another thing I want to like start doing every day again. My skincare routine, and I just stopped. It's like you know how it goes. Like you stop for a day or two, then you stop for a week, then you stop for 2 weeks, and then you look up and it's like 3 months went by and you didn't do it.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, the skincare is the one thing that I've been consistent on for a while now. Like I don't go a day without like doing at least for sure in the morning, but I try to do it morning and night. And then, like wash and, like toner and, all that good stuff. And then I've been putting on what is that stuff called? The sunscreen. Yeah, I've been big on sunscreen recently too, because us black people, we still need that. I got this sunscreen called like Black Girl sunscreen, but the
Yeah,
reason I
shout out
got
Black
it,
Girl Sunscreen. I think they might have been in something. I know Janet Jackson like one time shouted them out. It was something going on with them where it like I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but I remember Janet Jackson shouted them out. That sent them to the moon. And I interviewed a couple of the ambassadors. They cool people. Shout out Black Girl Country. I'm saying this before I look it up because I don't want to make sure it ain't no crazy stuff. But yeah,
right? Nah, but it's good for just black skin in general because it doesn't leave a cast. So I was like, shoot, let me go ahead and hop down on this.
Yeah, no, that's the type of stuff like when you turn 30 as a black person, you got to start thinking about. I feel like I spoke about that before, but like you got to start thinking about, like wearing sunscreen or like what food you eating. Like you kind of got to start taking your health a little bit more serious. So yeah, no, I gotta start doing that myself too, especially and not just in the summertime.
yeah, no, I because I definitely like I do the you know what I'm saying, the what you call, bro. I do the diet stuff and I try to keep, you know what I'm saying, a pretty respective diet, but just the what you call, dog, I don't be doing, dog, at all. The physical part. I just don't, you know what I'm saying, work out like I used to. I mean, I walk, but like that's just basic stuff. That gets the blood pumping, it's mental health stuff. But I don't do the push-ups and all that stuff.
Right.
You kind of naturally in great shape though. Like it's a
I
lot of
appreciate it.
people, a lot of people on the plus size. You know what I'm saying that'll kill to be that size. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also want to be like Anthony Joshua and have this type of effect on Lisa Bumgarner if I take my shirt off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like right now,
I
I
feel
look
you.
good with clothes on. I want to look good with clothes off.
Yeah, I just gotta convert my fat, bro. That's really it. I just gotta convert the fat to muscle. But give me about 3 months. We're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, catch me at the I might just walk inside like the gas station with my shirt off for no reason. Just not even getting no gas. I just want to be seen.
Right.
I just want to be where the people are. That's how in great shape I want to be.
Now that's how the dudes in New York be walking around.
Yeah, they be lifting. They be doing sit ups, not sit ups. They be doing pull ups on the street signs and all that, the
Yeah.
scaffolds
If,
and
if
everything.
if you live in New York and you work out in the park, they literally just do everything with their shirt off. They go to the store shirt off. They do this shirt off.
Facts.
All
Yeah,
right.
speaking of,
So with
I was gonna try
oh
to do a segue, but I didn't
oh
know
my
I was.
bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my
No,
bad. Look, that's my fault. That's my fault.
no. It
I should
wasn't.
have
It
let you.
wasn't. It wasn't better than what you was gonna do right there. I didn't. I was kind of directionless. So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna let you have it. And he's like, yo,
When I signal for ISO, my the mic unplugged.
Oh, okay, for sure.
So it was literally like a natural like ISO, Jelani. You got it.
Oh man, my bad, bro. All right, so
Speaking of,
here we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yo, this is the most awkward introduction to the episode ever.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start talking about this 2025 wrap up. We're gonna talk about some of our favorite songs. favorite artists, favorite albums, and maybe get into some shows. I don't know if y'all really watch shows like that. I got a few that I could throw out there. But we're gonna start off with, I guess, some of our favorite artists of the year. Well, I can start off with my favorite album. I have a list of my top 10 albums. That I can kind of start us off with, and y'all can kind of piggyback off of that. So,
cool.
Yeah, so for me personally, this is in no particular order, but I'll say my top 10 albums of 2025 that I personally like. It's going to be someone there that I know y'all going to feel that is going for sure being y'all's, that, it's not just, it just ain't going to make it in mine, But, so for me, I got to go Suave, Billy 2. I got to go Nick Grant, I Took It Personal. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2. Drake and Party, Some Sexy Songs for You. Mariah the Scientist, Heart, Soul Separately. Giveon, Beloved. Wale, Everything Is a Lot.
You see, I'm 3 albums behind, Mo.
I wasn't sure because your stuff had kind of been lagging, so I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Wi-Fi over here is it's been spotty, and then I'm trying to upload other stuff, so it's like kind of making it drag more. But the what's the name of Mariah's album?
Heart, Soul Separately.
She got dollar signs in it, right?
No, I don't think so.
Never mind. I apologize, Mariah the Scientist.
I'm doing like some I'm like going back and looking at what albums came out this year. It'd be hard for me to remember like what came out 2024, 2025.
No, facts. Giveon, Beloved. And then Wale, Everything Is a Lot. Chance the Rapper, Starline. Larry June and 2 Chainz, Life is Beautiful. And lastly, Tory Lanez, Peterson.
Boo.
Hey, as I said, this is my personal. Hey, you can feel how you feel about it, bro.
No, I respect you for even just saying it.
What's the name of the album?
Peterson.
Peterson? Is it spelled like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Jelani, you going next?
Yeah, I don't have 10. I'm gonna be honest. This was like out of any year, and this is something that I want to work on. Not even work on because it's not that big of a deal. But this is something that I am going to do in 2026. I listened to like the least amount of new music this year that I have in like a long time. I low key was like kind of stuck in my bubble as far as it was like certain big projects I definitely checked out, but like I didn't go looking for new music the way that I usually do this year. So like a lot of stuff I was kind of out of the loop on. But yeah, in no order as far as like my top 5 albums this year. In rap, I would go Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. Metro Boomin, Futuristic Summer. It's probably like my top 2 favorite ones that I played the most this year. I go Playboy Cardi Music. I did like that album a lot. was listening to the Mobb Deep, the posthumous album, Infinite. I like that album. And then for the fifth one, which one would I go with? For the fifth, it's probably one that's slipping my mind that came out this year that I'm not really thinking about. Oh, it was Infinite. I know. I didn't say the title. Yeah, it's Infinite. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it on the old head wave, man. I'm gonna go to the Ghostface, the Supreme Clientele too. I was in my. This was definitely like if you saw my. I think I talked about it last episode, but like my Spotify or my YouTube music replayed, it was like a lot of artists that came out in the 90s. But next year, I definitely want to get back to like really, because I used to be like super active on looking for new music. What's up, baby Rick 17?
Yo, and shouts out to you, a brand man, a real brand man. You said my YouTube replay. It's a real brand man right here.
Oh, I do use YouTube Music though. YouTube Music is a superior because they got everything they got the mixtapes and like all that stuff. So that's why I gotta use YouTube Music.
I was trying to see how to spell clientele. Hold on. It's like a
That's real.
L-E. All right, clientele. All right, bet. For me, I haven't, like I said, I have the Rap Awards. We have the Rap Awards, by the way, self-promo. My name is Rashad Milligan. Rap Awards will be up next Tuesday. We're doing the Rap Awards live on the stream, so make sure you're there. But I didn't do albums because it like Jelani say, I wouldn't even say it was because I wasn't listening to new music. It's just like I feel like with albums, you gotta really know the album for you to, you know what I mean, rank it. And I just didn't study a lot of albums like that. It was a lot of albums I listened to first week, didn't really revisit to, or when I revisited, it was in my bubble. Listened to my 2-3 songs off it. That was kind of it, or listened to them randomly. It was very few albums this year where I just sat and really just listened to the whole thing back and forth all the time. So with that being said, these are the ones that I did listen to back and forth a lot. Suave, Belly 2. Okay, I'm a black on that beat. Okay, I'm a black on her rims. I might have a black on the girl. She tells she want to be friend. I'm around Joe like a man. All right, anyway, let me write that down. Number 2, I'm probably gonna go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now. Now. Don't tap the glass. All right. What you want to say something, Jelani?
Oh no, I was gonna say I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought about putting that on my note because that was one of the ones that was like kind of memorable for me this year though. It's just a good album. It's like compared to Tyler's previous albums, it's hard to rank it.
I know what you're saying. It's like
yeah,
it's not Tyler's standards.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I get it. And I feel the same way. But it's just like I listen to it the most. You know what I mean? Like I can't ignore that I listen to it a lot,
No, I feel you.
I'm gonna go clips right here. The birds don't sing. The birds don't sing in street. All right. Let God sort them out. Metro Boomin Summer. Futuristic Summer. Ristic Summer. I'm pretty sure it's summer. I'm gonna go Louisiana Shakedown. It was funny. That was kind of like his Don't Tap the Glass, but for New Orleans, his bounce music and stuff like that. Like Louisi's such a rapper, and he was like, I just want to make some bounce music, and he made it in 2 weeks, and it's some of like his catchiest songs.
I gotta check it out.
Shout out my brother. Yeah, Reezy cold for sure. He one of them ones. Suave, Tyler Creator for this 5. So I'm gonna go Playboy Cardi. I Am Music. He does have allegations. I do not condone doing anything to women, but it's a great album.
So you gonna sit there and boo Tory Lanez, but we're gonna sit here and
Cardi ain't Gio.
You gotta at least hit the boo button for both of us.
yeah, like come on, bro.
Okay. Playboy Cardi, I am music. Yo, they were showing V's was over there with ASAP Bari. He posted up Bari talking about my day one right here, this or that. I said, man, all y'all's weak. Man, I remember it was one time, Buddy, you know, his name used to be A Pizza, but his name like Curran Frost now. And remember when Curran Frost was doing interviews and he was interviewing all his friends up there in New York? I said, dang, that whole group, like they all got allegations of putting their hands on women. It was like Playboy Cardi, ASAP Bari. I'm like, that's crazy. Ian Connor. I'm like, dang, that's all y'all was doing up in New York, just wearing Timbs and just beating y'all women? Like, goodness gracious. Okay.
The freaky fashion community.
The freaky fashion community, man. Wearing pieces. Like y'all ruined the whole game, started calling clothes pieces. That's a t-shirt. Oh, this a piece. Okay, whatever. So that's it.
Women up.
Shout out to the pieces. I got my Timbs on. I got my pieces. Playboy Cardi. What else I listened to a lot this year? In terms of albums. Oh, Anicia, Grady Baby. I was definitely on Grady Baby like nonstop for a month or two. Grady Baby. All right, let me now I gotta look at like my actual phone now. Let me see. Who I listened to this year, man? I don't even know. Because my YouTube watch history is paused. I know. And I literally did a top albums from Atlanta this year too. And it was like 30 of them. But now I'm like, I have a blank because I'm like, I don't know which ones I like the most.
I'm gonna have to peep that list when you if you haven't, did you publish it already?
Yeah, it's that junk is like
top 30 albums. Okay.
All right, just playing my stuff. Okay, I have a lot of Suave, the UK guys. Oh, Mike, I'm tripping. Mike, Showbiz. I didn't mean to yell. It's late. I'm back home for the people who don't know. So people are sleeping. Showbiz, Mike. I'm gonna go. Oh, should I go Metro Boomin? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't replay his whole album that much. I definitely replayed like 2-3 songs like every day, but not the whole album.
It's on your list already.
No. Not I'm talking about Mexico Joe.
Oh, okay.
I said Metro Boomin, but I meant Mexico Joe. Yeah, my bad. Earl Sweatshirt. Live, Laugh, Love.
It was crazy. I'm an Earl fan. I still have not played that album. I need to go listen to that. I usually listen to his albums when they come out.
Yeah, this was one that didn't hit the first time like his other ones usually do for me. Ever since, some rap songs. But like when I sat with it and really understood what he's saying, that's when it sounded better to me, to be honest. Dang, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to slow it up so much. It's just like I said, albums is like they serious, you know what I mean? Like, hold on, let me see. Oh, Key, bro. I Feel Free from Key. I Feel Free. All right, there we go. That's a 10. All right. We ready to move on to the next thing, Mo? You're on mute right now.
Yeah. And then, I mean, before we move on, I guess, of those, how everybody feel about each other's list.
Very diverse. Mo, see, it's hard because like Mo went, he got multiple genres. Well, it's mostly rap and R&B, but he diversified his. See, I gotta, yeah, man, I gotta 2026. I can't be. I'm too young to be like the old head at 30 as far as like listening to music. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta get better at listening to new. I'll be aware of everything. That's the thing. It's like I'll know everything that's coming out. It's just like actually sitting down and listening to new music for some reason to be like hard for me sometimes. But yeah, no, it's a lot of it's diverse though. Like all the selections is it's a lot of diverse taste. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Jelani, if you had Spotify, your Spotify music age would be about 45.
Basically, definitely real like Bluetooth headset type of age.
Right. Like you got a jogger in the crib.
Yeah, no facts.
Nah, and then I feel Rashad had more of the. I feel like his list is very more of like the eclectic, more not conventional, like hit albums, like good music, but not the stuff that most people gonna go run and listen to. So
Yeah, I
it's
kept
like
that.
a
I
lot
was
of
gonna say
put on music.
my bad, bro.
Nah, you could. I was just gonna say it's a lot of like music to put people onto type stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kept it somewhat young with the Metro Boomin and Cardi, but even though they both like 30 plus too. But
Nah, facts.
Isn't that weird? Like, I talked about it before, but I just think it's weird when people are like, I want to connect with the kids, Playboy Cardi. I'm like, Playboy Cardi's our age. Like, he literally came up with us. He was in college making this music when we were in college.
Right.
I mean, but you also got to think like when we was in middle school, like graduation coming out, Kanye was like 30.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we looked at
Nas was
Kanye like he was
17 with
old.
Illmatic.
Say it again.
Nas was 17 with Illmatic. Joey was 17 with like 1999, making very mature music at 17.
Yeah, I was just saying because it's like the idea of a rapper being 30 and still being loved by the kids is it's not a new thing. It's just now like they got Wikipedia. So, like I don't think people knew. Like when Jay-Z was putting out the Blueprint, Jay-Z was like 31, 32 around the time. But I don't know how many people that was teenagers back then even knew what Jay-Z's age was. You know what I'm saying? In 2001.
Right. Now I think the thing with Cardi is he stays. Not only is his music very much trendy for the younger kids, but I think also like his fashion and stuff like that. So all that keeps him so in tune because they look at him for all those little stuff. And I think his music has evolved to where that's where a lot of these kids that connect with him now, they were like 13 and now they're like 20. And so to them, that's why he's their GOAT. Because when they were 13, that pivotal age, he was like 23, but he was making the soundtracks for their high school years and stuff. So that's why I think he was able to connect with that younger generation so well. He still connects with them. Because as I said, like if you under about 20, 23, 24, Playboy Cardi is king. There's probably no better artist to you than him. But that's because when you was 13, that was the best. He made the best music ever to you. When we was 13, we had, Cole and Drake. Well, actually, not even 13. Like, well,
When we was
nah.
13, it was like Wayne, Kanye,
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy was definitely popping when he was like 13. But Drake and they wasn't too far after though. That's when he was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
They were like Drake, J. Cole. I mean Drake. Well, I think for me personally, I'm younger than y'all by not that much, but like I'm younger than Rashad by like basically a year. I'm younger than you by like maybe like 7-8 months, but yeah, I think I was like 13 when Best I Ever Had came out, like around that time.
Yeah. So that's why for us, as we got to the age that they're at, like a lot of the kids who, as I said, they're under 25, those artists that we were listening to back when we were like 14, 15, when we was in our early 20s, they were still like king of what they were to us, So I think that's why Playboi Carti has that connect, because when they were, let's say, in high school, as I said, those are the most pivotal years of your life as far as music. Like whoever you listen to throughout high school is going to, you're going to have a special affection for them forever. So, and I think that's why they connect with him. But I get it, like it is kind of crazy. Because you don't think of him as a young person. Cause I guess there's so many other artists that they connect with, like an NBA YoungBoy who is younger. But as I said, Carti was just the one that was just at the top during that time. And if it wasn't, Lil Uzi is still kind of like that, but at the same time, he kind of fell off a little bit, realistically.
He just not as consistent.
Yeah.
I think Body Rock was just bad for Uzi, to be honest.
Why you say that?
It was too big. Because after Body Rock, it was like he was going the way he wanted to, and then Body Rock, after that pop, he just went a different way. Like he was like, okay, I'm gonna spend a year or two just doing dancing songs, like you know what I mean, like hip shaking Body Rock type music. And then it was like now he trying to go back to, oh, y'all want the old Uzi back? And like now people is like kind of moved on to like these kids.
Yeah, and I think with not his last album, but the album before that, the one with like the pink cover and everything, I think with that one, he kind of went into like a bit of like a screamo kind of like rock area. He like really tried to get into rock star bag. I think that's what kind of killed him too, because that album wasn't hidden for real. He had a couple good songs on there, but realistically, as a whole, it was nowhere near what it was with like Love Is Rage 2. Like Love Is Rage 2 was probably his peak. When he had that Virgil cover, man, that album, that one, and then Lil Uzi versus the World 2, bro, both of those albums goated. But after that, it's just kind of like, it was cool. So, because with Love versus the World, bro, Love versus the World 2, that man dropped the regular, nothing but bangers on there, then dropped the deluxe. And then the deluxe was even harder. And it was just like, bruh, this man is going crazy right now. So,
yeah, I think Uzi, I Just Want to Rock, obviously, was a big song 2 years ago, but I would just say his commercial peak was probably like 2016 through 2020, which was, actually 2015 through 2020, which, that's like the normal time span for a star rapper, about like a 5-year run of like real sustained success, and then usually like the next generation starts coming up like every 5 years in rap. So yeah, he probably, he'll still be able to do like shows and festivals and stuff, and he'll probably have a few more hits, but I don't know if he'll ever be like, I remember when Eternal Take came out in 2020, we were like, that was when the pandemic, it was like a kind of a new thing around that time, and that was that I feel like that kind of slowed his career down too. The fact that his most anticipated album came out during the pandemic, like people couldn't really enjoy that album outside the way that they probably should have.
Yeah,
which is weird because it's like Lil Baby kind of peaked in the pandemic. Like he was like building momentum and had the Drake feature, the Dash Digital, like he had all that momentum, and then he did the one where he was on the edge, the Lil Baby, I don't even know the name, but that one was like people were like, yeah, Lil Baby's the GOAT. My time.
Well, my turn.
My turn.
Yeah, but you got to also think, I think Lil Baby popped more because he made the money for the scammers, and scamming was at all like that PPP money. Everybody was sitting there flexing that. Everybody felt a different type of way when you listen to We Paid. We Paid had a whole different meaning back in 2020. You know, just to keep it a buck, and I think that's why he probably propelled more, because especially like all those people who were the people who were outside and who was flexing, because a lot of people who are getting unemployment money on top of like, you know, like I know for me, I got unemployment and I worked. So like while I was serving, they just didn't put in all the money that we made. So I was getting all my serving money and unemployment every week. So I was
Are you supposed to be saying this on the podcast right now?
I mean, hey, they don't know where I work. The restaurant that I work for not even around no more. But regardless, as I said, man, you know, people running up. They were stacking up. So I really feel like that's what helped Lil Baby kind of propel. Cause I'll tell you, like I talked to so many people who got PPP loans, and you know that's not in jail now. There's a lot of people who got caught up, but I'll keep it a buck. None of the people I know got caught up. They got their money and they kept it pushing. And yeah, everybody was sitting there flexing their money. They were going up. So, and then just scamming in Atlanta, you know, probably at an all-time high during that point, just in general.
Yeah, no, my bad, bro.
I would say lastly, like Lil Uzi, his music is lit, but as you say, it's more for like you out at a party, you out at a function, you know. If I'm like out in California flexing these bands, I'm gonna listen to some Lil Baby. You know, I ain't finna turn on Eternal Take, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely different audiences for sure. I did feel like We Paid was like the unofficial like theme song of the pandemic. Like if there's any song, it would be that song, and Roddy Ricch the Box, I remember, was at like its peak around that time too, like early 2020 around that time.
Right. I'll never forget
like just a deeper level of like popularity. Go ahead, Mo.
Facts. I was gonna say I remember when during pandemic I was in Miami, one of my homeboys, and like you know him and his cousin, we was on the boat, and it was like we was on a boat to go do some jet skis, and then on the way there they sitting there flexing money, and then like they had We Paid playing, and I'll never forget because like they sitting there like just flexing the money, and then his cousin, the wind blew and then blew the money out of his hand, and like it went into the water. This man was like, hold on, stop. Start grabbing it out of the water, bro. It was so funny. It's you know, some of it was just gone, but yeah, I was like, I know he's sick.
It's no way to look fly doing that at all, like,
bruh, at all.
I was thinking, I was like, I think this was like right after the pandemic, but it was during the pandemic. Back in Blood.
Yeah.
Those were the songs of the pandemic. It was The Box, because The Box was the #1 hit going into the pandemic. Say So from Doja Cat was also starting to pick up steam going into the pandemic. So those two songs kind of did their thing. And then We Paid was made like in the pandemic, dropped in the pandemic, and became the song in the pandemic. I don't know how that song like you said, like I guess scammers, but that song kind of got way bigger than it was supposed to with everybody inside. That wasn't
organically too.
Yeah. And then but the Back in Blood, that went crazy too.
Like, oh yeah, man, Back in Blood.
Yeah, he was low key. Oh yeah, we have a whole episode about that. Pooh Shiesty like encouraged like health.
I had to explain that because like my barber he's like 50 years old. I had to explain that to him. I was like, because the first day out freestyle came on in the barbershop, like they just playing videos on shuffle. And I had to explain to him, I was like, no, he's the reason why like all these kids the last few years was wearing the Shiesty mask. Like the reason why they even call it the Shiesty mask is because of Pooh Shiesty. Like think about how influential that is right there. To have a garment named after you.
Facts.
Bring break forever! Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. But Pooh, you know I'm really shiesty.
Ooh, I'm really shiesty. Spring.
That was it. There was no other point to that. I just wanted to.
Oh no, I
That's
feel
literally how it was outside.
Hey, another song, like not to get sidetracked, but like another song that like low key shook up pop culture that came out during the pandemic when it came out was WAP. Like when WAP came
WAP
out,
was
that
a
video,
moment.
bro. That
Like the way they built that up and branded it, like because remember, I don't know if you guys remember, they had a live stream of like over Zoom where it was Meg and Cardi in different places, and they had a countdown after they like talked to each other on the live stream, and then they premiered the video. And I was like, this was kind of like they built up the hype for that before it even came out in a way that was like, how did you do this while everybody in the house?
Yo, it was rappers like Snoop that been talking crazy their whole career that was on the internet like, yo, we need the ladies just to be a little bit more tame, like leave a little to the imagination. Like, bro, the old heads the old heads they didn't like that song. Like they didn't receive that one well.
Nah, facts. Yeah, WAP went crazy though.
I think of that song. I think of Kylie playing it at one of our friends' weddings, and the mom was there just looking like so uncomfortable, and I was like, why did she play this? And then I was like, why did you? She said, yeah, that's why I played it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like some kids they don't have like a stop playing button. They just like they go all the way with it, bro. Like they just committed to trolling, bro.
Who did this?
But before we go back to the wrap up list, I want to say this. This is like the biggest thing going on in Atlanta right now. And I don't listen to none of these jokers because none of the sound just ain't for me. I do like It Girl. Let me put that on record. I like It Girl. Y'all know Glory Girl 2950 is a friend of the channel. Shout out to the whole Hot Sauce record. Shout out to Bear One Boss. This just isn't my type of music. It's just I try. I really try. I want to stay tapped in. I want to know about the kids. Some things are just better for the kids. Hey, you got to know where you are in life. This ain't for me. All that it just sounds like that. It just sounds like noise to me. And I talked to my mom and she said, it sounds like noise to you, don't it? I said, yeah, that's exactly how it sounds. She said, yeah, that means you're getting older. So it's just, hey, the kids can connect with it, but the Nine Vicious, Apollo Red One, Teasers, Diamond, who Skate Star, B6, Young Fifth, all y'all jokers that's running the city right now, it just ain't for me, man. I gotta start at Veda. Anybody Veda age and up, Anicia, Caribou, the late 20s, mid 20s, early. I gotta work from the youngest person I listen to is Lareezy. And Lareezy, he appealed to my generation because he got an old soul. But yeah. I want to play this because this is like the biggest thing that happened in Atlanta. They did this show earlier this week.
Hey, listen, this shit's better now. Fuck all that shit. It's hope. OA, FN, YSL, YBL.
I be seeing Young Thug in the studio with some of these dudes trying to stay tapped in with the youth. He be bobbing that head. It do not sound good at all. They don't be on beat. I'm like, what is going on? And to act like you like it just to stay tapped in with the kids, I don't think it's worth it. But maybe I just sound like an old man on my rocker.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to none of them. I never really had the opportunity because I just don't know none of these dudes like that. You see, yeah, this type of music definitely don't appeal to me. But hey, you know, I mean, I just don't like Playboi Carti as it is, and I feel like a lot of these dudes are just variants of him. So
Playboi Carti sons.
Yeah, so it just never really appealed for me. The only thing I might listen to is like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. But anything below that, because they are variants of Playboi Carti, but they're still at a high level. Like, so I can interact with that and enjoy that a little bit better. But the rest of these dudes, I just can't personally. So I feel you.
And 9, he another one of them.
Yeah.
He another one of them. So it's
Right.
like everybody was talking about 9 DMing the 14-year-old girl. It was a big thing for like a month or two. And then I guess he just kept putting out music. And now, Young Thug said, "Oh, 9 Vicious, my little brother, YSL." And everybody just started loving him again. And I'm like, okay, y'all just won't forget. Y'all called this man this and that. When the 14-year-old girl came out with screenshots of him in the DMs and her saying she 14 and him being like, okay, just lay low for a couple years. This is crazy stuff. I remember. And to act like you don't remember because he put out some hard music, I guess that's just an intergenerational thing, man. It is what it is, bro.
I mean,
All right,
ain't
but
nobody
yeah.
really. I mean, the thing is,
Oh, go ahead,
nobody
Mom.
really care, bro. Nobody really care about
Nobody.
none of that stuff.
But my thing is like, stop fake caring about it. If you don't care about it. But don't be like, oh, here, this, here, that. And then he put out a hard song and then, oh, it's up. Don't do that.
Yeah, but people don't know how to not be victims to the moment. When the moment
Yeah,
and it seems like
that's a great way to put it.
yeah, because this is somebody that maybe you want to tweet about, or you're known for listening to their music, and now people gonna be like, oh, you like blah blah blah. Nah, man, he be doing blah blah blah. But then give it a little time, then they gonna be like, all right, nobody care about it no more. All right, bet, yeah, I'm back to listen to it. So, but I get it. It is, to me, that's how I be feeling about a lot of stuff. That's why nowadays I just be like, whatever. Internet, because people just say whatever on the internet, but they don't really care about none of that. But yeah, David, crazy. His whole situation. I'm surprised they have yet to put that man in handcuffs. But hey, I don't know. I guess the justice system, it's flawed. That's why I don't know. The justice system, bro, in America is it's really like I don't know. There's rules, but then they're really not rules to none of this stuff. And you realize that as you get older, that you feel if somebody's arrested for something or somebody's in a certain situation, that they for sure did whatever they did. And this has nothing to do with the Tory Lanez situation. I just want to throw that out there because I know with me, like, putting his album out there. But I'm just saying, just in general though, you feel like that, but and then when somebody isn't convicted, then they for sure didn't do blah blah blah. But then it's like, nah, people just got good lawyers. Or some people have bad lawyers. That's what sometimes it boils down to. How well does your lawyer know the law? And who does your lawyer know? Is your lawyer and the judge cool? If the judge doesn't like your lawyer already, you in bad position. And, if the judge and your lawyer be playing golf every Saturday, you in great position, So everything is a case by case situation. So, and yeah, bro, that's why I like with the whole David thing. I'm like, how's the man not in jail yet? But I don't know. Like, that's a topic for a whole nother day. But all right, y'all seen any movies this year? I feel like neither one of y'all really watch movies. So,
I saw what movies have I seen this year? New movies. I saw Zootopia 2.
Okay. I thought you were about to be like, yeah, you know that one movie, Boys in the Hood?
New, yeah. Yo, y'all seen that movie, Baby Boy? It just came out. No, yeah, I saw Zootopia 2. That was cool. That might be the only new movie I've seen this year. That's not good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of crazy.
I've seen movies for the first time this year that came out in the past, but like, yeah, man. 2026, I gotta get back in my pop culture bag, bro. I'm slipping.
What movies you saw for the first time this year?
I seen this movie called Miracle Mile that came out in the 80s, like 1989, which was like super dope. Like this end of the world movie. I saw this movie called The Game. It came out in 1997. It was
Oh, bro, I thought he was about to say something like, "Yeah, I seen Bad Boys 4." You know, like 2024 movies.
oh
22.
no, every movie I saw that came out this year that I saw for the first time came out in the 80s or 90s, man. Yeah, I'll be. You know what it is? It's like because we were alive technically in the 90s, but like because we didn't really live through the 80s or 90s, like a lot of that stuff from that era is new to me. So it's like I'll be having to juggle going back to the past and finding new stuff from back then and finding new stuff from now. And it's it's like a juggling act. But I gotta get better with keeping up with the current times.
Nah, I feel you on that. I heard Zootopia 2 was good. My niece loved it. I gotta watch Zootopia 1. Yeah,
I've never seen the first one. I literally was just, like when you be with girls, you just do certain stuff. So
right.
Yeah,
nah, I feel that. That's how I ended up watching Hamilton because of my ex. She I would have never seen that movie. And I watched it, bruh. I was like, this is amazing. Got a couple songs downloaded and everything.
I heard
I
great
am
things.
not throwing away my shot.
I don't know if we talked about this, but I feel like we might have talked about this on the pod. But do y'all remember? I know, like, I remember the name Alexander Hamilton, but do y'all remember learning, like, in depth, like, his story, like, everything that happened with, what was that? And something Bar. I can't remember the name, buddy name. But yeah, like how he got killed and how he was like, from the Caribbeans and all the different stuff. Do y'all remember his story, like in depth?
No, I don't think no, not in depth at all.
Okay, so and it's funny because after me and my ex watched it, I remember I was like, man, this is crazy. I told her, I was like straight up, like, I didn't know none of this. And she was like, you didn't know about Anthony Hamilton? I was like, I mean, I knew who he was. I heard the name before. So, like, I can't tell you all the information about him, but I've heard of him before. And she was like, and she made it she really kind of.
She was definitely gaslighting. Definitely gaslighting.
Yeah. It's just like what? You never heard it? Like, everybody knows that, William Barr killed him and blah, blah, blah. Like, bruh, this is not. I had an A in U.S. history. I, for a fact, remember nothing about no Anthony Hamilton. Not Anthony, but Alexander. I know about Anthony Hamilton.
Jolene.
But yeah, but all right. Okay, I just wanted to.
Well, Anthony, not Anthony. Anthony, not Anthony. Alexander Hamilton. He was the one that died. He died in a shootout, right? Wasn't it like they tell like the 10 paces in spin?
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Or he died in a duel?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay, so I feel like I knew that.
Yeah, his
it's sad because I wanted to make a joke like he freed the slaves, right? But it was like, no, that joke just it's not the year for that.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy, him and his main op, they were like, all right, bro, like, this is it. Because they've been ops for years. They were friends and then they became ops. And then, like, their level of being ops was like another, like when Buddy Barr or Burr would buy like a crib or something, and Alexander Hamilton would buy like a crib right next to it, but bigger. He blocked Buddy from like being like governor or something like that. He really put in work to hate on this man. They hated each other for real. And so finally, Burr was just like, yeah. Finally, Burr was just like, all right, bro, I'm tired of this. Hey, we gotta settle this. And Buddy was like, I bet. Meet me at the crack of dawn. It's up. And yeah. And they feel allegedly that Alexander Hamilton did not aim to actually kill Burr. That when he shot, he tried to aim like up because he didn't actually want to kill him. And then Burr was just like, nah, this smoke was real. And
You know,
yeah,
you know the Hassan Campbell meme where it's like, I hate you, N-word, let's die.
yeah,
That's what they told each other.
nah, for real, bro.
I seen you went viral for one of them. One of the what Hassan Campbell, who got that one Hassan Campbell clip. You went viral for
Yeah,
one of those.
I randomly posted that because I was just thinking about his a lot of his like more viral stuff got deleted off the internet, like his videos from like 2 or 3 years ago when he was really out his mind. But yeah, no, he's a hilarious human. It's his story is sad, but like he's a hilarious human being.
I always respect people that can like just sit down and talk by themselves and just make it entertaining. Like, because everybody
Yo.
sits down, everybody speaks. But if you could just sit down, like, and just make something entertaining by yourself, I'm like, bro, that is a gift. Like, that's extremely talented. Like, I'm just like, kudos to you.
You gotta pat yourself on the back, my boy. You've been doing it on your channel.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But isn't that like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I have shared screen, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
if we doing 1 a.m., it's easy to bounce off of people with different folks on. But it's like to do it by yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Hassan Campbell, some of them clips, where, you know, if he watching something and then he'll like show his phone and then wipe off the phone and throw it, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
think of stuff
It's
like, you know what I
impressive.
mean? Like you make
Yeah.
something out of nothing. Bro. Like you sit down next to a rock and you put a camera in front of yourself and you can make 1,000 people just watch you, you know, with this rock, and you could tell a whole story with a rock in your hand. Like that is a talent. Like, what's his name? The crazy dude, Charleston White. Like Charleston White made himself famous just by like BSing in front of a camera by himself. That's impressive to me.
I ain't gonna lie, one of the best at it. I don't know how y'all feel about Buddy, but academics.
Yeah. Academics, yeah. Act to yeah. But I have a different respect for streamers too, for like that do it like 4, 5, 6 hours and all that. Like during the beef, Act was just like up all night, all day, just calling everybody in his call log, getting them to agree to like even have the phone call on stream. Think of different things to say for these 3-minute songs. To do a 6-hour stream and to do it again for 3-minute songs is just like, bro, what? I don't know how people do it, bro. I salute them.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, I don't always necessarily agree with everything he does as far as like his antics and things like that. But yeah, I can never deny the talent as far as, like I said, being able to sit in front of a computer screen and have thousands of people tapped into you and caring about what you're saying. You know, clearly is some sort of, you know, charisma or it's something about you that people like or they find interesting. So yeah, I respect that.
Here's the thing. At the same time, a lot of those folks, everybody be named, they all have one thing in common. Like a lot of times to do the entertaining, you got to disrespect someone. I'm just not willing to disrespect folks like that. Like a lot of my funny clips, they might be like me talking about basketball. Like if you sat at basketball, like it's cool to be like, oh yeah, you could be like so and so. I remember a few years ago, it was like the Dream. I was like, everybody give it up for the Atlanta Dream. You know, this season they did it for Kobe Bryant. They went 8-24. Give it up for the Dream. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about basketball. Like I'm not doing something that was like you know, this person is trash at life. You know, I can't do that. Like I don't because I gotta face people. Them folks, they don't care about facing people. Charlemagne, Charleston White, academics, they don't care about Hassan. They don't care about facing people. I care about, like, I'll save that part. Like if I lose the audience because I don't have the shot value, I'm cool with that. I'm not doing shot value stuff.
Facts.
Charlemagne will face people, but academics is he's not going nowhere without a bunch of security guards with him.
Charlemagne don't go out no more though. He used to. He don't go out no more.
But Charlemagne, at least he'll have Charlemagne to talk about somebody and have them as a guest on the Breakfast Club.
But yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
facts.
Oh yeah, we what movies did y'all see this year?
I watched Unexpected Christmas yesterday. Bro, that jump was good, dude.
Yeah.
That jump was good, man. Unexpected Christmas. We watched it with the family yesterday. And my little sister, she didn't want to watch it because it was like the plot line is kind of like a basic, Black Christmas movie. The production was pretty like low budget, but they made it work. They made it work. It was a plot twist in the movie that made it good, and it worked. So shout out to them. Shout out Tabitha Brown. Shout out
Yeah.
Corinne Hawthorne.
No, I thought it was definitely it was a good movie. I watched it with my mom last week. Yeah, definitely, one of those good, like, Black, holiday movies. Another, I'll say, for sure you gotta, if y'all haven't seen it, Sinners. Sinners was definitely probably the best movie I've seen all year. You on mute.
I was gonna say that's the one for me I'm the most ashamed of that I didn't see, because I kept telling myself when it was out, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go see it in theaters this week. And then I looked up and it was out of theaters, and then I just never saw it on streaming. But yeah, that's the one above all that, like, it's no reason I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, that movie was a really good movie. That was definitely my favorite movie of the year. Second would be second for me would have to be In Between Weapons, the scary movie. And one what like Another Battle After Another. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, that one was good. It's interesting. I feel with what's her name, Tiana Taylor, they definitely with her. She was in the movie for sure, but she left after probably about the first like 45 minutes. One battle after another, but she left after probably really like the first 30 minutes, because then the movie went on and she wasn't. It was like glimpses of her throughout parts, but she wasn't really in it. So that part kind of threw me off. Where I was like, y'all hyped the movie up with her in it, and she's a main figure because her, she's the mom of the daughter, and all that other stuff. You got to see the movie, but as I said, it just kind of threw me off. I thought she would had a longer role in it. She played a big role, but as I said, I thought her role would have been a little bit like more significant in the grander scheme of everything. But yeah, that was a good movie. And as I said, Weapons was a really good movie. It was a scary movie. F1 was amazing. That I knew I heard about it being good, but then really watching it, great movie. Man, I went to go see that Mission Impossible movie. Way too long. I couldn't. I fell asleep. And saw the last hour of the movie and feel like I caught everything I needed to see for real. Cause the movie like 3 hours, bro. So
I've never seen a full Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever went to go see. Last year I went to. Oh, what you say?
Now I was gonna say Tom Cruise he playing the hits now. Like if it ain't a Top Gun movie or Mission Impossible or something like that, he ain't coming outside.
No, facts. I saw Top Gun last year. That was actually a really good movie. The new one. I was surprised.
Yeah, I heard it was fire.
Yeah. And then last movie I'll throw out there, it's this movie called, dang, what is it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Novocaine. It's about this banker who cannot feel pain. And it pretty much, the girl pretty much the girl that he was with, that he just ended up like falling in love with. She got kidnapped, so he went after her to try and rescue her and stuff. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I don't know if y'all watched The Boys, but it's Huey from The Boys in it. Do y'all watch The Boys?
No, I'm aware of it. I never. I know it's based off a comic though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, is that the one that has Homelander in it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So see, I'll be knowing about a lot of stuff. It's like actually diving into it, but I'm aware of like a lot of stuff that's happening in pop culture.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah, that Novocaine. Yeah, it was interesting because because he doesn't feel anything really. So it's like when he eats, he has to eat a certain he only can eat, what is it? The food, it has to be like mushed up and stuff. He can't really eat solids like that, because if he does, then he may chew and accidentally like chew his tongue, and because he can't feel it. So, and then it'll start like, that happened once where, he'll bleeding, and, he just couldn't feel it. And now it's like, darn about to kill himself. But yeah. And that, as I said, he's Huey in The Boys, who is, he's just a significant person in the show. But yeah, that was a really good movie. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for it. It looked like an interesting plot.
Last movie I'm gonna bring up is, it actually did not come out this year. It was the movie that won the Oscar for Movie of the Year last year. Well, this year technically. And yeah, I cannot remember the name, but it was.
Wasn't it in Spanish or something like that?
Nah, it wasn't in Spanish. It was Russian, so it had like a lot of like Russian stuff. But for the most part, it was English. Anora. Yeah, Anora was a really good movie. I saw that movie because I was like, this movie won Movie of the Year. Let me check it out. And yeah, it turned out it was actually a really good movie.
I was thinking of Amelia Perez. That was the one that I was thinking about. I don't know if that was in Spanish, but I know that was another one I was nominated last year this year.
I think it was. I think that was in Spanish.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you on a thing about movies. I had people mad at me that I don't know all the nooks and crannies on like the high school recruiting class and like everybody's outlook on the team, and I'm like, bro, like I'm trying. but yeah, I say all that to say it's just so much out there to know. I don't know everything.
right.
But yeah, I don't know nothing about no movies. But Unexpected Christmas was good though. I used to watch a lot of movies when I was in Atlanta because I had someone who one of my homegirls, she worked at AJC and she had an AMC card. So she was trying to get them points up. So I was like, she would invite me out so she could get points.
Nah, I feel that.
So I used to be a little tapped in. Huh?
What's some of y'all favorite songs this year?
Oh dang, you scared? Okay, all right.
Oh wait, no, you said. Were we skip a category?
I ain't know if you was going to TV shows or I ain't know.
Oh, my fault, bro. My fault. Yeah, that is the logical follow up.
I'm gonna let y'all start it off. Any shows that
Yo, this is
do the Diddy Dog count?
Oh, that does. Hey, that does count. That is TV.
I'm gonna go Surviving Sean Combs for sure. Okay. I think that's the only new thing I watched this year.
You know what's good? The Dallas Cowboys documentary.
I heard
Nah, I ain't
about
seen
that.
it.
I didn't
On
watch it.
Netflix. No, that was super dope. And I'm not even a Cowboys fan, obviously, but like, no, that was super dope. Um, New TV. I didn't watch any new TV this year. Not gonna lie to you. I watched that doc. I did watch the Diddy documentary. Um, you know, the reason why this episode is gonna work is because of like we're so good at the in between banter. That's like it low key don't even matter. That it's not necessarily like the most complete. You know what I'm saying? Review this year. You still getting a quality episode, guys. It's just, you know, folks that listen. We all turned. I think we all did turn 30 this year. Are you correct? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We all had a lot going on, man. It was an eventful year for all of us.
Yeah, for me personally, this year, for so many years I was always on the go, always just moving and never getting time to just sit at home and just kind of relax. So I really kind of went out of my way this year to like with like movies, TV shows, like albums, just sit back and just chill and watch stuff. Because I said like for the longest, especially like when I was working in restaurants, I would literally work until about midnight, get home around 1. I'll be sleep, I worked the hour. So then I'll probably get up around like 11, 12, and then from there, it's only a little bit of time before I got to head back down to work. So, and that's if I went to bed at 1, 2, so that was a consistent cycle for me for so long. So now I've just been kind of like, let me just kind of slow down a little bit and just really tap into more stuff and find joy in other things. So yeah, so that's why like for me, I'm finna have like, a pretty solid list. But like that's why for me with everything, I've been just taking time to really tap into all that stuff. So with that being said, Severance. Severance on Apple TV. Amazing show. I'll say that will probably be my favorite show that I watched this year. Severance, The Studio with Seth Rogen. Yeah, Severance, bro, crazy show. It's about, I think we spoke about how when they go into work, they go down this elevator and then their mind is severed. So when they go down into work, they have no clue who they are outside of work, and then when they leave work, they have no clue who they are inside of work. So yeah, great show. The Studio. Oh, you about to say something?
Well, Severance, that's not the one. I don't think. Okay, Succession, that's the one I was thinking of. That's just on HBO.
Yeah, I need to watch Succession. I heard that's really good.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Severance, The Studio, with Seth Rogen. That was a really good show. Essentially about like as if Seth Rogen was the head of a studio, like a movie studio. Really good show. All Her Fault. All Her Fault was a show that was about it's I can't really, it's pretty much this little kid got kidnapped and it's about trying to figure out who did it, and it's a lot of different events that led up to it, and it's like a crazy plot twist at the end that you would have never guessed. But yeah, great show. Another show that I really liked that it wasn't the best show, but I just enjoyed it. Platonic. Show called Platonic, with Seth Rogen as well. It's with him and the woman. It's like Rose something. I don't know if y'all ever remember the movie that he made, like it was like Neighbors. I think that's what the movie was called, Neighbors, where he lived like next door to like a frat house, and it was Zach Efron was in the
Oh
frat house.
yeah. You know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, him and the woman that plays the wife, they are the main characters, and they're just like best friends, and they go through a bunch of stuff, but they're just best friends. It's not like where it has a love story at the end. It's just they're just a genuine platonic friendship, but it's like a comedy. So yeah, that was really good. And let's see, was there anything else that I really enjoyed? There's this one show called Shrinking that I really like. Shrinking, it's with named Jason's. It's not. I think not Bateman. Jason something. I cannot remember buddy name. Jason Segel. Yeah, Segel or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, he's from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Yo, have y'all ever seen all of How I Met Your Mother?
Not the whole thing front to back. I know how it ends just because of like seeing people complain about it. But I used to watch like some of the reruns when they come on TV.
Yeah. When I was in college, they had it on Netflix, and I had ended up watching. That would be one of them shows like you just in your dorm room chilling, and I'll cut that on. So yes, I watched every season of that. It's actually a really good show. Great show.
That's back when Netflix was $9.99 with no ads and you could share the password.
Yep, exactly.
Different era.
Yeah, that's when I used to use my sister's password. I used to use her account. But on that show, Shrinking, they got Jessica Williams in there. Jessica Williams so fine, bro.
I gotta do my research.
Yeah, go ahead and Rashad know about Jessica Williams.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know the clips from her at the Low War show be flirting with the white dude that she act on the show with. But yeah, no. Man, I know if they black and they, you know what I mean. And Holly, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, but not only is she fine, but she's a phenomenal actress. Like very witty, very just a really good actress. But also fine. Like she it's a sleeper because she's beautiful and she got like a nice body. And then, as I said, and she's like very funny, smart. So she used to have this show. She used to have this show called Two Dope Girls, I think. Or it was with her and this other chick. Y'all ever seen it?
Yeah, no, I remember what you're talking about. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm sorry, I got lost in the sauce. Let me log back in. What was it? Two dope queens. There it is.
Yeah, that was trash.
I remember this. Oh dang! All right.
Yeah, I was not, but it's mainly because I did not like the person that she was with, Phoebe Robinson. I was not a fan. But I think they had a podcast, and then they turned it into a show. It was something like that. Like that was around the same
Google search. That's what it was.
Yeah, they were kind of like Desus and Mero. And then, got on HBO just like Desus and Mero and everything. So it was like they're very similar to that. But yeah, I remember watching it when it came out, and it just wasn't really good to me. As I said, like I just really didn't like the other young lady that she was with. And I'm glad to see like Jessica Williams then elevated, because I always thought she was solid. And then to see her in other stuff, I was like, okay, I'm actually a genuine fan of her. But yeah. But she got this sex scene with Jason Segel in the show. And I was like, dang, that thing back there. But
Your boy Rashad barking.
right.
She is bad though, for sure.
Yo, have you ever seen the black girl, like Black Ladies show, or with
Black
Quinn?
Lady
Yeah,
sketch
yeah,
show.
Black Lady Skid Show. Shout out to Robin Thede.
Yeah, that was I like that. That was solid.
I never really watched it, but I thought the concept was dope. Just because Black women don't get opportunities like that often.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I think they only had, like 1 season.
I think it might have like 2 or 1.5 maybe.
Yeah, because Quinta Brunson was on that too.
Oh, she was?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. I just remember seeing Quinta Brunson on on the online skits like BuzzFeed and stuff like that. And then one day I looked up, she had her own TV show. At least that's what it felt like.
Yeah, some of the clips that went viral from Quinta was from that show. She it was this one where she was like dancing in the club. Man, that one is still like mad funny to me. But that was a solid show. And then of course Rashad threw Abbott Elementary on his. We didn't talk about it, but Abbott Elementary is a great show. I love that show.
That's low key
Shout out my
becoming.
brother Zach Fox.
It might end up becoming like a classic show. In the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because it's coming up on like 5 years it's been on, or at least 4 maybe coming up.
Yeah,
Zach Fox, I'm putting this out in the public. Zach Fox is definitely on my like dream interview list. Like I remember when I seen him once and I saluted him, he saluted me back. But like I wanted to ask for a picture or something because I was such a big fan, but I didn't do that because I didn't want to look like I was glazing.
right. No, I feel that.
Because everybody else was like cool, and it was a protest too. It was a Cop City protest.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been. you got to know having a place for it. Definitely time and place.
No, facts. But yeah, but
But,
that's
I'm sorry, I ain't mean to kill the momentum like that. I will say the Jessica Williams, she did a skit at the Emmys with I don't know if it was Henry Winkler, but like she did a skit at the Emmys. That's why I pulled up her at the Emmys. I gotta scroll because I'm being distracted by the other photo. Let me see, but it was like her timing was like, improv. Anybody that improvs, comedians are so smart, bro. Like comedians are, I don't know, man. Like there's so many people I just be like, bro, how is that even possible, bro? Like how did God even gift you with such a gift like that to think of the timing to do something? I don't know. There's a lot of people that do amazing things, and we kind of normalize it. Like I say, like us, like just in society, and then people like hate on weird things just to hate on something. Like people start hating on stuff just because it's been popping for too long. And it'd be stuff like that just like appreciate this stuff, bro. Like it's a lot of greatness going on right now, bro.
right. No, facts.
Yeah, no, in general.
Yeah. So did y'all want
My
to
bad.
go?
We closing in. Jelani has like 10 minutes left. So yeah, let's go to the next scene. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do one for the clip. I gotta do one for the clip. All right, y'all, let's go.
Favorite book of 2025?
New book.
Our favorite new book?
A book that came out in 2025.
Man,
Can we come up with one book?
Yeah, this is bad, man.
Yeah. I don't think I got any new books from 2025.
I'm gonna go Terrence Moore, bro. The Big Red Machine.
I thought you
Shouts
was
out
gonna say
to
Terrence
my
J.
dog, my mentor. Nah, my dog, my mentor, man, Terrence Moore. The Big Red Machine, man.
You know that book, fire, super amazing. My favorite read this year. No, I really do, man. Listen, yeah, no, there's no reason I can read at least 30 minutes a day. I should be doing that. Like that should be bare minimum for me.
Yeah, I got books I've read this year, but they didn't come out this year.
That's real.
Yeah, one now I definitely would. I want to give a shout out to The Mountain Is You. Let me see who's so I can just get her name correct. The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weist. Yeah, it's a great book. You know, it really talks about how just like, you know, a lot of instances where you how like, you know, just talks about self-sabotage, how a lot of people take themselves out of position just so that they don't get the chance to be put in position, you know? And like one of the things they was talking about how, you know, some people they leave instead of like keeping their room like fully clean, they leave their room just a slightly dirty just because it always gives you something that in your mind you're like, oh, well, I got to do this. So because you always feel like you got to do that, you don't have time to do the things that you really need to do. But if you just had a completely clean room, now you have no excuse to go do the things that you need to do. You know, it's like little stuff like that. So that was a really good book. Another book that I read this year, it was by A.R. Torres. It was called The Last Party. And I'll say it really put me on to I really like now books with shorter chapters. Like it was a longer book, but it had shorter chapters with like different context. So it just feel like it keeps you constantly intrigued. But yeah, The Last Party, that was a really good book that I read this year. Yeah. And then last book that I for sure gotta give a shout out to. What is the name of it? Hold on real quick. Let me just grab it.
Yeah, man. With books, bro, we all have to do a better job of reading like books.
Yeah, for my list, you could put The Cat in the Hat. One Fish, Two Fish.
All right. You by Dr. Eric Thomas.
UOU.
Y'all know E.T.?
I know E.T., bro.
Yeah.
The Extraterrestrial.
Nah.
E.T., wake up, man. You gotta get this money. You gotta,
Yeah, he's a motivational like coach and a preacher. And you know, he works with a lot of like NBA and like NFL teams and stuff like that. And yeah, so he has a lot of good like motivational speeches and stuff. But yeah, that book UOU, I read that one this year, and that was a really good book because it like talks about his story and how he discovered his purpose and how you can discover your purpose, you know, things of that nature. So yeah, big shout out to ET.
Shout out to ET, man. Black excellence for sure. That's another thing. Like people who be speaking for a living, like everybody speaks. To convince someone to pay you $80,000 to speak is crazy. Like shout out to Gilly. Like, but Gilly, if you ever seen him speak, you don't sit down. Like you give him a standing ovation and then he don't tell you to sit down. And then if you sit down, he tell everybody to stand up in the middle of his talk. Got him to 80,000 an hour.
You know, that's what like E.T. talks about that in the book, how, you know, he would have never thought that he'll be able to get paid for just talking to people. And it wasn't, you know, and it wasn't until, you know, certain situations that just kind of put him into that position. And then he remembers, you know, when he first started, like only making like a certain amount of money off of it, and then realizing like, oh, like I'm way more valuable than what, you know, I realized. And then, you know, and that's one of the things is, you know, like power, purpose, and then, you know, knowing like your why, you know, because you realize whatever the power that you have within yourself, and then you learn to use that power to ignite your purpose, and then realize, why am I doing this? You know, it's deeper than like, because sometimes when you have a purpose, if you don't, it's hard to have a purpose if you don't have a why, you know, because you're thinking, if you don't know why you're doing something, you're not going to stay as motivated for it, because then eventually you're going to be like, why am I doing this? But if you have a reason to wake up to do something each day, then it keep you motivated to be like, all right, this is what I'm doing this for. This is why I got to grind through being tired, being, you know, being frustrated, you know, the ups and downs or whatever may come with it. You know, I'm doing this for a bigger reason. So
that's super real. Yeah, it's hard on like a day-to-day basis just to keep doing certain stuff without having like a finish line. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So but yeah, man, you know, those are my top 3 books. A couple other books I read this year, but they were kind of they on that same, you know, ilk. You see, like, you know, like motivational, the Atomic Habits I read this year, amazing book. And then the Monk Who Sold a Ferrari, I had already read that. So like The Monk Who Sold a Ferrari and The Alchemist, both of those I reread this year. And yeah, The Monk Who Sold a Ferrari just really is one of those like mind enhancing type books that, you know, all of these the Alchemist had put together. But a lot of these books, you know, they're essentially, you know, you figuring out how to overcome yourself. But The Monk Who Sold a Ferrari, that one, and The Alchemist, it tells a story. Like those other ones are kind of like, you know, just like self-help books type stuff. But then it's like The Monk Who Sold a Ferrari tells the story of this monk who went off to, you know, to like Thailand or whatever, and or India, and then, you know, he was like a famous lawyer, and then he gave it all up and found a new purpose and happiness within himself, and, you know, and him teaching what he learned. And then Alchemist, like, have you ever read The Alchemist?
We had it assigned to us in school, but I ain't read
the
it.
book I've heard of, I never read.
Yeah,
Nah, we had to read it like in 8th grade or something like that, but I ain't read it.
Yeah, The Alchemist to me that's probably one of my favorite all-time books, just because it's a story about, yet again, like following, you know, your path. And the whole thing about it is, you know, you go through the journey of it. He went through this entire journey to find this treasure that ultimately was in his backyard the whole time. But the thing is, the treasure could always be right there, but sometimes if you don't go through the journey, the trials and the tribulations that come with it, you'll never figure that out. You know, sometimes some people look at it like, man, it was here this whole time, I wasted my time, like, why did I even do this? But it's like, if you didn't go through that, if you didn't go through all these ups and downs, then you would never hey, shout out to The Alchemist. One of my favorite producers of this year. but then you would have never be able to appreciate once you do find the treasure, and you would have never been able to find it just in general. But yeah, great book. I would definitely recommend it. Always, that's one I say everybody should read, and it's a lot of allusion to the Bible within it, which I love. So I think that's the part that really draws me to it as well. How it's like this great story about self-purpose and like owning your path and everything and all the trials and tribulation. But then, as I said, it brings so much of allusion from the Bible and within it. So yeah, like it's crazy as I've read more of the Bible. Cause I really, this year, hey, number one book I read this year, the Bible, man. Go ahead and throw that on my list.
When you said that, I was like, when you mentioned the Bible, I was like, oh dang, I should probably put the Bible on mine, huh?
Yeah, no. But yeah, but as I was reading,
what was your favorite book from the Bible this year?
My favorite book from the Bible, I will say probably Romans.
Shout out Romans. Romans always a good like post-baptism type of book to read.
Because I love how with Romans you really it is really giving you more insight on, I guess, just like not how to really be more like Jesus gave us, within the Gospels. He gave us all these lessons, but then it's like Romans to me gives a little bit further in depth into it of a lot of the lessons that he taught you, and then into like explaining certain aspects of it of why, I don't know, just like why certain things are why you don't do certain things and how you should treat certain people, and not certain people, but treat people in general, and stuff like that. So I really liked Romans. But yeah, so I'll say that. And my favorite actually, and then in Psalms 119. Psalms 119 is the largest book in the Bible, and the largest chapter.
Yeah,
and it's a bunch of different. It goes through the entire Hebrew alphabet with different like they're not poems, but like different, just I guess scriptures in a sense. I don't even know exactly what to call it, but my favorite one within that was Teth. It's like Teh, meaning Teth. And it ends, because it's each one, it goes through the entire alphabet, so each one is different. And then so with that one, it ended where it said, pretty much your love is greater than any like gold or silver, essentially. I had to go to it so I can quote it directly, but and yeah, you're pretty much like, yeah, like your love for me and what you have to offer is greater than what any gold or silver can offer me. And I think for me personally, as how I was living for so long, I live more for money, than for Christ. And I think this year has definitely helped me, like in reading the Bible, definitely made me realize, like, okay, let me tap more in with the Lord, and because this money ain't gonna do nothing for me in the long run,
No, 100%. I forgot I was unmuted still, so I was like, I don't even have to wait to say something. I say, yeah. Jelani, you unmuted?
Oh no, I was gonna say, no, that's valid what you were saying about just getting closer to God. Like that's valid.
Yeah. My bad. So the law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of coins of gold and silver. And yeah, like the Lord's law will will always be better for you in the long run than just trying to, as Jesus said, it's harder for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to get into heaven, well, into the kingdom. And
Was it Kirk Franklin?
what about him?
I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold.
That's perfect.
Silver and gold. Come on, y'all.
Right.
That is.
Yo, okay. And then so let's end it on this note, man. To me, one of the craziest discussions that everybody's having within the community right now. $1 trillion or 10 minutes with Jesus?
I'm gonna answer this question real quick, just before I well, I didn't know if y'all was gonna wrap the episode together or if y'all wanted me to head out, if y'all was gonna keep going or not.
If we're gonna get another episode in soon, then we can just wrap it up, because we almost had 2 hours anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I would. It was $10 trillion, or you said 2 hours with Jesus?
No, 10 minutes with Jesus.
10 minutes. Yeah, I'll take the 10 minutes with Jesus, just because I feel like I would know more. I feel like I'd get punished for not taking that option either way. So I feel like that's the option I'm supposed to take.
No, facts. I had texted Rashad about it because Pastor Mike Jr., somebody who I really like, I like his music. I be seeing clips of his, of his sermons, and I like him. But this man said he'll take the 10 trillion, man, and he'll give his 10% to Jesus. And I was like, bro, you missing it, in my opinion. And it's crazy to me that I feel more people did not, like, I haven't seen this talked about more, where, especially more people in like the Black community, like really say something. But because to me, I think of it in the sense of that 10 minutes that you have with Jesus is going to be 10 minutes that are going to help you get closer to salvation. Because he's not, I look at it as like this. Jesus ain't finna just pop down and just be like, hey, what's good, bro? Like, what you been up to? How's life? Just talk about, like, as I was telling Rashad, I'm like, you ain't finna just be popping in with Jesus like, so I think it ain't gonna be like that. It's, if you got 10 minutes with Jesus himself, he's finna give you, if he even takes that time to come down to talk to you like that, he's finna give you something that's going to be towards your salvation into the kingdom. This 10 million time I'm gonna give the 10% to Jesus, blah, blah. Jesus don't care about that money. Like, you giving 10% don't do nothing for him. And like, you're supposed to, because you're supposed to do it to show your honor to him and to show, to get back to the community and stuff like that. So I get that, but at the same time, you talking about, the 10 trillion, man, I'm with Jesus every day, like, I talk to Jesus all the time, man, but it's not the same if this man came to you in person. And it reminds me in the Bible how in the gospel Jesus talks about how the generation that was there, that he was amongst, he was like, bro, y'all are gonna be damned so crazy, because it's like, y'all actually had me, like, the people who going to come after this, they don't even actually have me. All they have is my words. So y'all literally got me in the flesh, and you're rejecting me. You're rejecting my words as I'm right here. So it's like, yo, y'all are going to be pushed all the way to the back. It's OV for y'all, so, and that's what I think about that. But then, and I know a lot of people who give these answers, they're not really tapped into the Bible like that, like, and I'm not going to, like, I've always been like this. It's me reading the Bible has been a thing that I really got into over the last year or so, last about 2 years, like a year and a half. But, and it's like, once you really read it and really start to understand what he's talking about, then you, like, saying you'll take the 10 trillion just doesn't even make sense, So, because Because it's like literally a man, he asked a man, you know, a dude was like, how can I get into heaven? And Jesus told him to give up everything you got. And, you know, and as I said, just that saying about the camel and the eye of the needle is, how can you know that scripture and believe that those scriptures and then say you'll take the 10 trillion? And so that's why for me with Pastor Mike Jr., I was like, man, like, I don't know if you did this for the clip, but if I was in your congregation, I'll be looking at you sideways. But hey, you know.
Yeah, we talked about this in Bible study earlier this week, and it was funny because some people had some points. They were just like, well, if I already have a relationship with Jesus, what exactly is this 10 minutes gonna be so much different from my, you know, typical, you know, quiet time, all of that stuff, you know, praying to God every day. Like what is different between this and that? But like Jelani said, they felt like it was a trap question. And this is, I'll take the 10 minutes. I'm taking the 10 minutes just because, you know, other people also said this. In your 10 minutes, you can ask for the 10 trillion because you turned down 10 trillion. You said, for obeying you, can I get the 10 trillion? And then also, like, here's another thing. I think most black people who probably grew up living middle class or lower, if you had $100 million, you get to a point where you're like, I made so much, it doesn't make a difference now when I make more money. Like, I'm living a lifestyle that is like pretty much kind of flat from here. It's just like you have more money, is kind of a figure at that point. Like, you're literally just looking at a figure because you live the same lifestyle. You pay the same amount of people's bills and et cetera, et cetera. Which also leads me to J. Cole. J. Cole making a 100 mil song, and then he performed it and said, this is all rap cap. I was like, bro, excuse me. With Ari Lennox, success, you know, back in the day when he made the song, when Ari was on the label, and Jid's success and J. Cole's own success, there was no way that was rap cap. I just wanted to say that, J. Cole, like, you 100% had $100 million. And he produces 100. Yeah, you had $100 million, J. Cole. So yeah, I wanted to say that.
No, facts. Yeah,
I do want to say my things too. Favorite book was John. It's not deep. It's literally just the last book that we followed in online Bible study with a secret place. Find me in the secret place. Shouts out to my girl Aaliyah Renee, who's in uni right now. She's from Canada, don't you know? But she's like 25. She in grad school, doing like research and all that. But in between that, she runs a YouTube channel and it's very high quality, produced, editing, on point, crisp, thumbnails, lighting, everything good. And the live streams have been entertaining to follow. She took a break to end the year in December. Shouts out to Aaliyah. I invited her on the channel and she said no right now, but she just said it's a no right now. So maybe in a few months it'll be different. But yeah, this verse, 2 Thessalonians 3:10, that's literally, if you don't work, you don't eat. Larry June and 2 Chainz, if you don't work, you don't eat, young man. That's it. That is literally a verse in the Bible. That's biblical. I did not know that until 2 Chainz and Larry June rapped it. And then the chapter is 1 Corinthians 7. This is the chapter about singleness. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, Jelani mentioned earlier, we all turned 30 this year. None of us are married. None of us have a child that we know of. So with that being said, you know, it could be, you know, it gets to the age where you start getting up there and you start thinking about these things, legacy, all of that stuff. The Bible calls for believers to be single because if you're single, you have more time and attention to devote to him. The whole thing about the Bible is really just like, devote everything to me, like give everything to me, which is what Maurice was saying earlier. I'm sorry, my bad saying the government slipped up. But yeah. So but yeah. So that's the whole thing. And then it's like, but if you're burning with passion and this and that, y'all know the rest, get married and multiply, you know, be fruitful, all that stuff. So yeah, those are my favorite things from the Bible this year. I definitely want to continue to, like Jelani was saying, continue to grow more in the word and get more in the word in addition to regular reading and all that. So I'll be doing that in 2026 for sure. And yeah, so that is part 1. of our best of, man. 2021. I mean 2025, 1 a.m. wrap up. Fellas, anything else y'all want to say before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, no, we got I'm guessing we're gonna do part 2 next episode, or is that gonna be like a different?
Yeah, we got to do part two. You got to finish
Yeah,
it
we
with
do.
best songs and
Yeah,
yeah.
I got 2 days to actually write some stuff down, so I could be a little bit more prepared for this one. We kind of came up with this last minute, but yeah, no. Next episode, I'll be more prepared for categories.
All right. Bet. Mo, anything else you want to see?
Man, no, that's about it, man. Shout out to, to everybody out there, all the Christians, all the people that's, locked into the word, man. I just want to give shout out to everybody, man. Hey, we, even if you're not Christian, man, I still got love for you. As we supposed to all just love each other. That's the greatest gift that we have in this world is love. So, always remember that.
I thought it was to inspire.
You said what?
I thought it was to inspire.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen. Where did you get to inspire?
You don't know that's like the famous Nipsey Hussle quote. Like it's low key like probably the most impactful thing that like Nipsey Hussle left on earth is to say the highest human act is to inspire.
Oh, facts. Okay, I thought we were still talking like something from the Bible. I was like, okay, I ain't read that verse.
Oh no. That ain't biblical. That's a Nipsey Hussle crip rolling 60s.
I mean, shoot. I mean, that might be a little biblical if you really think about it.
The book of Crenshaw.
The book
Right.
of Crenshaw. Yeah, but like this is literally might be arguably like his biggest like contribution to humanity, like that he left on earth. I mean, anytime you have a quote that is legendary, you stamp, you good. Like Deion Sanders, to be honest, like yeah, he was a great corner, great da. But him saying like you look good, feel good, play good, like
that's the quote that I thought of too before you even said the
bro,
quote.
bro, literally like is good. He stamped for life because he said that. So,
or like I have a dream.
Facts.
Play good, pay good, followed by I have a dream is crazy.
I mean, it's not the same context, but like that MLK, that is look like if you don't know anything about Martin Luther King, I have a dream.
Is Kevin Durant the first person to say talent beats hard work when hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard? Is Kevin Durant the first person to say that?
No. I feel like that's been around for decades.
I'm gonna look it up. Hard work, because I want to know now. Beats talent. Who's the first person to say this? And then we out of here. It's a very unrealistic thing. Oh, I should look at that. Is Kevin Durant? I thought so.
He definitely not. I'm proud you was the first person to say that.
Yo, nah, it's Kevin Durant, bro.
No, it's somebody.
Kevin Durant, bro. Hey, Kevin Durant, Nipsey Hussle, Deion Sanders, Martin Luther King Jr.
Right.
All similar people.
Yeah. KD saying this is hilarious, bro.
No, facts.
All right. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys, man. Where can the people find you guys on social media?
Underscore Jelani, 2 underscores at the end on Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Twitter / I'll say Twitter / X. We can only do it when Mo says it.
Right. Y'all boys can find me on RBMO ____. You can find me on that's on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok at RubberBandMo, and you can find me on X at Monos _. So yeah, tap in with your boy. Hey man, shout out to the brother man, not the other man. And
Us, never them. Shout out to Anthony Joshua. I hate you for making me have to get a 6-pack. But salute to you.
Hey, Black Queen forever, Snow Bunnies never.
No facts.
Yo, real quick, man. I had to apologize to my coworker, bro. Cause I told him I was like, bro, you gonna marry a white woman. And like I didn't have to apologize, but I was like, you know what, that wasn't my place to tell you that, even though you probably are. But yeah, I had this man was drinking unsweet tea. He from Alabama. I was like, oh yeah, you definitely. And then I was like, what's your favorite black movie, bro? He said all of them. I said, name one. He was like, Tyler Perry. I said, yeah, you're cooked.
All right, bro. All right. You say Boys in the Hood. Like I feel like that's easy. Like Friday, Boys in the Hood. Like you said,
Yeah, it's too many to pick from.
Crazy. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all as we finish up this stream on Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Monday night. You guys heard it here on the airways first. 1 a.m. We'll be back. Peace.
Throw your motherfucking hands. Get 'em high.